I always forget to do the countdown. Oh, hey. So I haven't been on for a minute, but I'm so excited for this one. I'm going to tell you guys about Petition World and how I found out in Petition World that all of the banks actually have deals with really dark entities to go to Petition World. And it's absolutely crazy. So this is going to sound crazy, but you guys know I'm a medium and channel. I'm a spiritual advisor. So I get access to the other world. I think because I'm a bit of a fighter, so, more so than just a lover, I get into situations where I have to find out and go higher and higher every time I'm getting attacked by just negative beings and demons. I keep having to go higher and higher in my skill set. Honestly, if they would just leave me alone, I wouldn't get this powerful, but it's all like a big simulation when you have to boss up. So it just keeps coming. So then I have to find another plateau in order to combat it, right? And so the latest plateau that I found is what I call Petition World. So when I need something, and this is how I found it out. So I'm going to tell you about Petition World. Petition World is a realm that I go to that when I need something, I start there first and then I do it here. So for instance, I just put a bid on a land out in the mountain region of Virginia. So when I did it, I went to Petition World. I was like, this is what I want. This is what I'm going for. I'd like it for this much money, right? And I put the petition through. And guess what? Guess who won the land bid and now has the land for what she bid for, right? They didn't even put up a fight, but they weren't going to because as above, so below. So the reason I'm so unbothered, and I told you guys this, whenever I do something at this stage in understanding how the matrix works, I just go to make my petition and then I can get a yes or no answer. So that's why, I do all this for my clients that I have. I do have a current one-on-one clients. You guys can do this too if you learn how to channel and access the other side. It's not like people don't give you classes. I give workshops on this, and you can see my last one. So anything I'm doing is not anything that you can't do. It's just anything you're choosing not to do. So anyways, it's very possible. So this is what I do. So I go to Petition World. I do it on behalf of myself, my client. Someone was messing with my sister. Nip that in the bud, right? So I go to Petition World and I want something here physically. So I am going to disguise the names. So I went up there because I wanted to get a mortgage, right? I wanted to get a mortgage from Wells Fargo or mortgage. And so of course, I don't just go to a loan officer. It's not what you do at this level. You go to Petition World. And I'm like, hey, I want to get a mortgage. I want to get approved. I want to get approved for this much and at this rate. And I got to know. So let me tell you about Petition World. Usually in Petition World, No one's there because you guys don't know about this. So whatever I say goes because I know how to access this. Along with like I asked how many people know how to do this, and I was like, is it about 1,000? Like it's more than 1,000, but it's not like not a lot of people know, right? Because a lot of people haven't done this. And so when you go up there, usually it's just you. You're in Petition World and no one else is, and you're like, this is what I want. And they're like, yes or no. You know, it takes a few minutes for them to decide if they're going to give it to you or not. But I listen. And so I was like, I want this mortgage, right? So I started up there. And it was funny because I got a no, and I usually don't get no's. No, what do we know? No one's up here except me. Lord, don't ever underestimate the big banks or big corporations. I'm about to tell you some of the corporations who have deals with astral beings. Some of these beings are demonic, some of these are just galactic, and some of them are just spirits, right? To protect their interests in Petition World. So I'm impressed on one hand. And I was just a real big, like you sort of know, but I've never went up against it. And so I was like, what? Someone said no. How many people do they have representatives there? They're like, yeah. I was like, how many do they have? Like 8 representatives. And this was for Wells Fargo. So I started going down the list to find out which banks are like work with the dark forces and which ones don't. It's not all of them, but it's half of them. Walmart doesn't. YouTube doesn't. Facebook does. Yeah, big surprise. Microsoft does. Oh, yeah, big surprise, right? Right? I need to check on the Kardashians. Yeah, they completely have deals. So they have someone who's a channeler like me on staff that they work with, a priest or priestess, to talk and communicate and make and broker deals for representation in Petition World. So if anyone does a petition against their company, they have a deal so that this person will speak out and halt any and all petitions. Isn't that crazy? They say millionaires don't worry about astrology, billionaires do. Wow. And like, of course, right? Like if I'm just some person who's just doing their studies and I find out about this, why wouldn't a billionaire use anything and everything they can in any person to get access over here? But it was just interesting. And then they work with really dark beings. They're not light workers, okay, that they're working with. They're people who will defend their interests, even if those interests are crap. I was going to cuss, but I'm not going to do that. So I found out that that's what's going on. So I'm not going to give too much information. I tell you on all these videos, I'm heavily watched by negative beings. And when I give you guys information, even though it wakes you up, I then have to deal with more targeted spiritual attacks. So I'm not going to tell you all of it, but just today I just handled it and handled the beings, submitted my petition, and I got my petition through. So this leads on to reparations. You guys can get spiritual reparations, and I actually did it on behalf of my ancestors, but I did it with discernment. And I wanted to talk about that discernment. Right now, I could, if I wanted to, for every single member of my family. Yeah, all the money owed, it needs to go to them. Anyone who's in my lineage who was in slavery, get them the money, do this and do that. I can do that. And you would be owed the money. And you can specify, like it needs to come in a lump sum as property, as an inheritance. And you can specify whatever you want. But I wanted you to know that I did this on behalf of my ancestors. So if you guys see me rolling up in an Aston Martin, it's not like I didn't tell you. I figured this stuff out, but let's just wait until that happens. But so I did that, but actually I didn't do it on behalf of every single one of my ancestors. And I wanted to tell you why, because spiritual discernment is so important. Me not telling you everything is discernment. Not all of you guys are capable of handling the kind of information or at the emotional stability level to be able to handle that. And I need you guys, if I'm doing it at this level, you need to do it at your level. So I think it's an important conversation. Not everyone's ready for that level of truth, and you just need to understand that and accept it, right? So I did it for the women who were financially stable and sound. I did it for them to get all money due throughout. I specified, all space, time, continuance, dimensions, whatever. I did it for them because they're already financially stable, so they know how to handle the money. So if the money comes in, it's not going to leave. It's not going to be like the lottery winners, right? Who lose it, right? They say right now, if all Black people got reparations, it would just go right back to the white community. And there it is, because they don't have the money or the wherewithal to keep it. Or, the men will just marry outside as fast as they can. So the money will just go back to their community immediately. And trust those judges are going to be like, yeah, it all goes to her when they get divorced. They're not even going to listen because that's how that game goes. But not everyone's ready for it. If my sister got all of the money, she's not financially stable. She'd lose it. And then I did it for the men who in my family lineage who are financially stable, but they had to be married to melanated women. So if married to white women, yeah, sorry, I'm here for melanated people. Yeah, I like white people. Don't get me wrong, you guys are great, but I'm here for us to get our leg up, right? Y'all do you. You don't even believe in this stuff. I'll do it with my people. And I wanted to talk about that because you would think I'd give it to every single one of my family members. Not every single one of my family members is deserving, and I'm saying that to your face. So that was about 30% of my ancestral lineage, both forward and back, past and present, that I gave this gift of because I have the knowledge, so I can bring the knowledge on my behalf. I do this on behalf of my tenant clients if they ask or if there's a need. PPP loans prove that no wealth, not ready. Right. Yeah. Derek just said, we're talking about people getting money. Like half of them in jail for lying, or like in debt. So, I wanted to talk about that because, not everyone deserves it. So yeah, just because I can doesn't mean you should. People got loans for 20K and were flat broke 6 months later. If you don't have the capacity or container to hold it. So yes, now 10 years from now, I will revisit getting reparations on behalf spiritual reparations, because spiritual reparations, you can say, I want this reparations for these violations and infractions to be paid out every week in the form of cash or cash equivalents daily. That's tax-free and graceful and for their highest health and wealth. So, I already know what to say. Like, clearly, I've had you, when you're at my level, you have to be very specific. You can get money, but it's drug dealers' money, and then they're going to come kill you, right? Like, you got to be very specific about that. It has to be good for them. It has to be tax-free. It got to be headache-free. And so I did that for 30%. And it's funny because my guides did tell me that I'll probably be getting a big inheritance that I didn't expect because of this, because of these actions. Yes, what you do that impacts the past can then impact the future, right? Like, oh, Lisa, we've been trying to get in touch with you. You know that you've been left X. Right. So I'm like, cool, whatever. I'll wait. When I get it, I'll let you guys know. But yeah, they didn't all get it. And so keep that in mind. It's not just me just saying this. It's just, you got to understand, we're not all ready for these huge world revelations. I don't tell my clients how to get to Petition World unless they're ready for that. And I'd have to study with you for at least a year or two before I give you access. And even then I'd have to vet it with my guides that you are in fact of integrity to be able to handle having access to this and what kind of power it gives you and using it wisely. And not to just fall in like the banks and hurt people, right? Or use it to your own advantage. But yeah, Petition World, it is like, if you guys knew about this world, like the people who have access to their spiritual practice, I mean, they just use this world as a cash machine. I'm not joking. Like this whole world is just for me, for people with spiritual or who have access to a spiritualist like me to do. So of course I'm super protected. I'm not just doing this and telling you guys this. Now all the negative entities that are attached to you guys because you're not doing your energy cleansing are like, where's Petition World? I need to get it. And low key, I'm going to tell you about this world that you guys can't see into. There's literally going to be a fake world that opens up, say the Petition World, charge people for it, and then disappear. Like that's literally what's going to happen because it is wild and brutal out in these astral streets. Okay. They are dirty. They are tricksters. They're trying to get over on people. It's not always love and light. Right. I just wanted to come on and just tell you about that, finding out that so you're not surprised to know Facebook has occult deals with negative entities or Bank of America. Chase Bank did not. I was quite surprised at that. And then other banks do. And I was just going down the list and I just thought that was just highly fascinating. That's I'm going to get into. There is more, but just on a public platform, I can't say that. I might do it. If you're on my email list, I do send out emails that is a more of a safer container than this public one that anyone can just come by and see. So if you wanted to sign up for my email list, I'll, it's on one of my videos. When I get time, I'll put stuff underneath. It might be under the About Me section if you want to join. Just wanted to talk about that. I just thought it was really cool. About Petition World and how usually I just go to Petition World and I get what I need, like loans from the bank and or like land deals, and I get it and I just keep on going about my business, manifesting at this level. Like it's not even about like lighting a candle or anything. It's just going to the right places and having access to the right places. But then when you go to the right places, guess who you're in company with, right? Like reptilians and warlocks and genies are all being that are outsourced and broker deals with Walmart. So about brokering deals, I have deals with different spiritual entities to protect me, right? And some of those things were dirty dealing. Like it's literally like a TV show, like if you wanted to. So I have daily, I call in beings that offer me protection. So you can have deals with different items. I should put something about servitors, but I might go into a different about that. So like I'm no stranger to asking for assistance on the other side. And they ask for what they want. Like, so I have spiritual bodyguards to help with all the like spiritual things that try to attach to me. And I ask for it daily, right? I have people who help. I have angels. I don't use Archangel Michael, but I use another major archangel for assistance, and he's allied with me because of the work I do on your behalf, even though it causes me as a light worker to come under heat. He saw the work and he was like, I will work with you, Lisa, and be an ally. I was very blessed by that. So thank you, Archangel, for that. So I work with them pretty much every day. So I have deals in place. Like I have a spiritual bodyguard just to keep any negative or demonic being from attaching to me. Like, so I was like, what do you want? And he's like, this. And I was like, well, this is what I need. Can you do that? I was like, yeah, deal's brokered until like the next few months, when maybe 6 more months left on our deal. So like brokering a deal with the other side is something that's known. You can broker a deal to do whatever you want. Can you get me money? Can you get me clients? Can you do this? Can you do that? Do whatever you want, right? You just have to like, who are you doing the deal with? You can do a deal with dirty people who do dirty means. I remember one of the guys asked me a bodyguard. Well, he was cool, but he was using dark magic and that was affecting me, right? Like that was tainting my light because of his darkness. So I had to cut him off, but then he was trying to double deal and like work with all those negative beings. I don't know. I had to delete them. All right. I deleted them. So it gets so dirty in the astral world, or like you have to make sure they're high integrity because they can work for both sides and then release your secrets or be working against you or be double dealing. Like it's just a little dirty out there. It's just like very interesting world. So brokering deals on the other side, it's like every time you do a prayer, you're asking for assistance, right? And that's just freely given, but you can be like, I need this every day. If you do this, can I do that? And they're like, yeah. And if you ask them what they want, they'll tell you. It's just that you want to give it to them, right? That's why I say you have to have integrity, because they could be asking for stuff they shouldn't be asking for, right? Maybe they could ask for something crazy like your firstborn son or something. Don't do that, right? That's why I am very discerning about who gets this knowledge. I'm very discerning about who got reparations in my family lineage, because you're not all deserving or at the level to be able to handle this information. So just keep that in mind. Like if you become more spiritually aware and of power, not everyone is worthy of what you have, nor should you just give it to them. They say the fall of our communities and the melanated communities is that all the women who had the secrets gave it all to the men and they didn't use it for the right things. Okay, Tangi the Empress. I'm gonna block you, but first I'm gonna do something to you so you don't do this again. Oh, what's the COO of Pixel? Girl, I might have to rescind my request I just made. What's the COO of Pixel? What's Pixel? Oh, okay. Well, don't spam me. Okay. But thank you. All right. Cool. Thank you. I don't know what that is. I thought you were a spammer because I get them sometimes. So 1 second. All right. So I just undid some stuff. Sorry. Don't be messing with me. Okay. Yes. So, yeah. So that's all I wanted to say on this one. I have a couple more videos I'm going to be doing because, oh, I just didn't know what Pixel was. It looks like a crypto exchange solution. I thought it was just like spam. So I was being attacked, but I was not. You're actually supporting me, and that's good. Discernment's key. I'm going to do a couple more on like, I'm going to end this one now because I just don't want the titles to go on and on and on. Do you guys have any questions about Petition World, the dark forces, and not everyone deserves reparations? And like, think about that when you're doing for others. Not everyone's ready for what you can do for them. Listen, don't try to just give yourself away for everybody because they can't handle it, or it'll be wasted. So any questions before I end this broadcast? Next broadcast is going to be on 50-50 provider relationships and marriage contracts that you can make on the astral plane, which I have done for my clients. So I thought that was pretty interesting. Anything? Okay, I don't see anything. So I am going to jump off and then I'm going to jump back on. All right, bye. Oh, and if you want to work with me, I just do it through an 8-week container. Although I feel everyone gets, they all get like super duper all the results and benefits in 3 weeks. Like it doesn't even take the 8. So we're just sort of just hanging out for the last few. But like I just do that. So if you want to sign up for a clarity session to see if you'd be a good fit for working with me as a spiritual advisor, if you want to go to the next step, divine feminine energy, maintaining business, all of those are integrated within your intuition and your path and purpose. And so that's what we do, as well as channeling to see what is in your highest interest. Okay. Love you guys. Okay, good. All right. Thank you. All right. Bye.